let's do a deep dive into answering questions. Just a few tips. We have to drill down and discover exactly what the concerns are. And sometimes, y'all, we don't know the difference between pushy and thorough is our problem. So in an attempt not to be pushy, we don't do our job, right? We're the waitress going, would you like something to eat? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't want to push anything on you. I'm going to go sit over there in the corner. Come find me if you want anything, or y'all can just leave. It's okay, right? Crazy sauce. But that's how we approach this because we don't know the difference. Do your due diligence. Everyone who doesn't sign, you should know exactly why they are not signing. If you don't know a specific tangible not, I need to sleep about it, pray about it, talk to my husband about it, a specific tangible reason that they're not signing, you don't know why they're not signing. You don't know what their fear is. And I just want to reconnect you with the fact that this is about probing people's fears, not about getting them to do what you want them to do, right? It always is about their journey and what's for their greater good. And that may be to walk the path with us. It might not be. So you got to find your recruiting zen, take a deep breath, explore the options, ask the question, see where it goes. They may be better off being a hostess or a client right now. So we want to drill down. We want to address at least 3 concerns. The first 2 do not count. They're going to be flippant. The third one, you're going to start to get to what the real issue is, and it's always rooted in some kind of fear, as we talked about last time. Remember that timing is everything. It has to be in their time, her time, his time, for my fellows on board. Keep your pipeline full of people and move on. The other thing we do is we get fixated on the one, the perfect one, the us, right? And we go back to them. You ready? Are you ready? You ready yet? You ready? You want to, right? As we say down south. We go back over and over and over again to them. And then we're frustrated. We feel like we're working so hard. And we're talking to all these people, but in reality, we've talked to 2 people, right? And they're not ready yet for whatever reason that is. Sometimes a no is a not right now, and that's okay. Sometimes it's sometimes it's a no. All right, great. I always say, hey, some people like to pay retail, whatever. I mean, whatever floats your boat, pumpkin. So let's talk about answering questions. Concerns really come in 4 types, and I really want you to get this concept because what happens is we make the no about us, that they don't want to join us, they don't trust us, our product isn't good enough, our opportunity isn't good enough, whatever our drama is, right? We make it about us, and it's not about us at all. It's about who? It's about them. They're making a life choice at this point. So 4 types: time, money, others, and me. Here's what time sounds like. I don't have the time, too busy, kids, grade school kids, baby, infant, husband, job, husband travels a lot. I mean, I've heard them all. Money, I don't have the money. Price point is too expensive. You hear that one a lot. We don't hear that one because of our positioning. If our price point is too expensive for you, I don't know what to tell you. My friends have no money. You'll hear that all the time. All my friends are broke, right? You'll get that as an objection to getting started. You'll get that as an objection to booking as well. So you start to see how booking objections and recruiting objections are the same. And we overcome them in the same way, just pointing them in a different direction. We're going to talk about recruiting objections for the purposes of tonight. Others, I don't know anyone or I don't know enough people. I don't want to impose on anyone. And my friends are not the jewelry type, to which I would say, well, honey, we need to fix that, right? Me, I'm shy. I can't talk in front of people. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not a jewelry person, right? Okay, no problem. So you see how when you hear those, I want you to see that in the bucket. And this is an excuse bucket, right? Because these are not legitimate. So our job is to help them to see the opportunity in what they see as an obstacle, right? Because they have a preconceived notion about how the business works. And so that really is your job. Remembering that they might be a no, and that's okay if they're a no, but we have to find out. You can't take I don't know anybody and go, oh, okay, she doesn't know anybody. Never mind, next on my list, right? But that's what many of us do. Oh, no, it's not for me. I could never do anything like that. That's just a weird generic one. Like they didn't even give you a good excuse. But we take that excuse as an answer to the question, and it's not. It's a jumping off point. It's your job to drill down a little bit and find out why she thinks or he thinks this isn't for them. All right. All come from a place of fear. They are either afraid of failure, They are afraid of rejection, or they are afraid of success, and people are terrified of success. They say they want it, but they don't think they deserve it. And when they look it straight in the eye, it freaks them out, and they think, oh, no, I'm not ready yet, right? I'm going to be poor for a little bit longer. I'm going to be whatever for a little bit longer before I'm ready to take the leap. So whatever they're saying up here, understand that it's here, and your greatest opportunity to make a difference in someone's life is to probe these questions with them and find out what's really, really holding them back. Recruiting is such a heart business. You know, we think it's about facts and figures and comp plans and all that. It isn't. It's about connection with people and finding out what's holding them back. So let's take a look at what's holding them back, right? So just going in knowing that it is about fear and it isn't about you pushing them into something. I'll tell you honestly, anybody that you talk into doing this is not going to stay. They have a 90-day shelf life. So our objective is not to talk people into it. Our objective is to help them get out of their own way a little bit and put them in the path of an opportunity that could be life-changing if they choose to work it, whether that's, you know, well, as stay-at-home moms, college students, good Lord, there was a time where $250 for me was a life-changing income opportunity, right? So life-changing is different to everybody, but that is really our obligation, not our obligation, our opportunity, our privilege in recruiting is to show them that there is a better way. And I think that's what I love so much about this industry. 25 years into it, I wonder, why am I still here? Why am I still doing this? Because two things. Nowhere is the American dream more alive than it is here. And as the grandchild of Irish immigrants, that is close to my heart and close to my soul. The other thing is, no industry will grow you the way this one will. So it keeps me here 25 years later, year after year after year, because I get to grow people and I get to fuel dreams for people. And that really is at the heart of Northern Clover's mission statement, is enabling people to live their dreams, right? Fueling that American dream. So, all right, enough of that. So let's talk about, how do we probe when we don't want to be pushy, and we don't have to be pushy to probe. We just need to ask good questions. But first, we have to step out of it emotionally and realize this is not about me. You can write it down. I say it all the time. It ain't about you. Write it down. It's not about you. It's about them. They're either supposed to be on this journey with you, or they're not supposed to be on this journey with you. And that's okay, right? 300 million people in the U.S. Doesn't matter if they're supposed to be on this journey or not. The one right behind them is. And sometimes when we function in a mentality of scarcity, we don't allow ourselves that belief system. Everything hinges on what this person says. So don't function in scarcity. You know, like buses. There's another one in 15 minutes. It's true. You'll be on the elevator with somebody else in 5 minutes. So techniques, if you like the mechanics of it, and personally, I like a little mechanics myself, so I'm going to walk you through a few of these. Feel, felt, and found. I could end the webinar now. It's the only one you ever need to know, and it works especially well for women. Men can get away with it pretty well too, but for women, you have to, when you say, I feel, I know how you feel, you have to put your hand in the middle of your chest. I know exactly how you feel, right? There's a little tip. I know exactly how you feel. And I'm not saying be fake. These have to be real, genuine stories. So feel, felt, and found is, I know exactly how you feel. I felt the same way. Here's what I found. Or, you know what? I had a new style consultant. She felt the exact same way. Let me tell you what she found when she got started, right? So it can be your story or someone else's story. It has to be a real story because people, you know, your energy, there's a great quote. It says, what you do screams so loudly, I cannot hear what you say. And that's why we can't be fake in recruiting. It has to be our story, or it has to be a story that we've experienced secondhand, or whatever that means something to us. And I think this is a skill set of a recruiter, the ability to find common ground. And my husband laughs at me all the time. He's like, you could sit down to anybody, no matter whatever, and you will find something that you have in common with them. And it just is a product of doing this for 25 years. It's the first thing I look for is connection. Recruiting is about connection. It's about connecting with someone, right? And I think that's really, really important for us to remember. Feel, felt, and found is about connection. Hey, I'm just like you. I felt the same way when I got started. I know exactly how you feel. Let me tell you what I found. It may work for you, may or may not work for you. But it worked for me, so let me tell you what I found, right? I'm just like you. Oh, you're just like me. Now you're not trying to sell me something. Now you're just like me and we're having a conversation. Maybe this could work for me. Does that make sense? I hope so. Boomerang, you got to be careful with. It can be sarcastic, so you don't want to ever be sarcastic. But boomerang is whatever they say, you say, isn't that exactly why you might want to think about something like this? We'll go through these. Hypothetical. This is a great one. Get them to verbalize what's the worst thing that could happen. What's their nightmare in their head? What are they thinking in their head, right? Answer a question with a question. This can also be sarcastic, so we have to use it very carefully. I'm going to walk you through about 11 of these where we apply these different techniques. So answering a question with a question. You really are checking for understanding, because here's what happens. They're on one page of music, you're on another page of music, and now you're trying to talk them into singing your song, right? But you don't have the same sheet music. Answering a question with a question allows you to get on the same page so that you're having the same conversation. Make sense? And it's hugely important. What we have a tendency to do when we're making it about us and we're panicked and functioning in scarcity is we get very focused on, I have to talk this person into joining with me, right? And so we don't check for understanding. We just start telling them why they're wrong and why we're right and why they should want to do this. It doesn't work. It's an instant turnoff. Simple statement. Clarify. Say what she said back to her. Say what he said back to him. Clarify it so you know that you have it straight, number one. And sometimes when you say it back to them, they're like, well, yeah, that does kind of sound silly, or no, that's not exactly what I meant, or, whatever. They need to hear their own words aloud. So